Sir Thomas More, a man of profound intellect, with unwavering moral principles and unyielding loyalty to his conscience, lived a tragic and sad life in an era of the Tudor dynasty. Born into a world marked by political anarchy and religious transformations, More's story unfolds as a tale of brilliance, overshadowed by the clash between personal rights and the relentless forces of power. In 1478, More's early life was marked by a precocious intellect and a deep commitment to learning. Raised in a devout Catholic family, he was sent to study at Oxford and London. His sharp mind and ethical grounding propelled him into the world of politics and law. His rise to prominence began under the patronage of Cardinal Thomas Wolsey. His legal acumen and intellectual brilliance distinguished him, leading to various diplomatic and administrative roles. In 1529, he reached the zenith of his career when he was appointed as Lord Chancellor of England, the highest legal office in the land. But as the balance of power shifted, More was swept up in the turbulent ups and downs of King Henry VIII's unstable reign. Seeking to have his marriage of Catherine of Aragon revoked, the king attempted to split from the Catholic Church. The king's aspirations collided fiercely with More's loyalty to his religious views. More's moral resistance to Henry VIII's efforts to have the marriage cancelled marked the beginning of the battle of conscience. His life would be lost in a terrible series of circumstances that began with his unwillingness to support the king's conduct. In 1532, More resigned from his position as Lord Chancellor, a decision driven by his refusal to swear the oath of supremacy. This pledge went against More's strong Catholic beliefs by acknowledging the king as the ultimate head of the Church of England. It was the turning point that threw him from the pinnacles of political authority, put him in the king's bank books, deepened along with the breach between him and the king. He was arrested in 1534 on high treason accusations because he refused to accept the king's authority over the church. This terrible trial that followed demonstrated the sharp contrast between More's moral position and the king's requirements for allegiance. More was found guilty despite his persuasive defense and legal knowledge. His punishment was beheaded to death. Not only was his trial and the execution a legal tragedy, but it was also a profoundly human one, as a brilliant and morally upright man faced the inevitable end of his own life. He was being held in the Tower of London, awaiting his execution. He spent a great deal of time alone, thinking to himself. Captured in a tiny jail, he displayed amazing calm in the face of certain death. His letters from behind the bars shows a man who is aware of the catastrophe that is about to happen, but who is steadfast in his belief that morality should come before convenience. With that, Sir Thomas More died tragically on Tower Hill, July 6, 1535. One of the greatest minds in England was extinguished when the executioner's axe landed. More's maitre d'armes served as a terrifying warning of the dire repercussions of defying royal power, in addition to being evidence of his unyielding devotion to principle. The tragic memories of More are written on the pages of history. The man who had been England's leading intellectual and political figure was now reduced to a victim of his own moral stubbornness. However, he discovered a different type of immorality in his terrible demise. He was declared a saint by the Catholic Church in 1935, many centuries after his death. Now, the identical traits that brought him to his terrible death were praised as virtuous. Moore became a martyr, a saint, due to his unshakable adherence to consciousness, his steadfast unwillingness to waver on issues of faith, and his final death. The sad and tragic life of Sir Thomas More has been reverberated through the ages, influencing literature, drama, and the reflections on the nature of power and morality. His story has been told and retold in numerous plays, novels, and films, each iteration grappling with the profound human drama of a man, tragic end over a compromised existence. His life unfolds as a tale of brilliance overshadowed by tragedy. His unwavering commitment to the conscience and the tragic clash with the political currents of his time made him a symbol of moral courage and integrity. Moore's story transcends the pages of history. It resonates as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made by those who choose principle over simplicity, even when the cost is the highest possession of power and ultimately their own life.